What's up, you guys? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media, about Blu-rays and 4Ks, and the way we like to buy and own our movies and TV shows. If you haven't already followed me, please do so. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Let's keep the movie conversation going. That's the whole reason I'm here. The whole reason I do this content is for conversation with you guys. If you haven't, hit me up on Letterboxd and TikTok. I would do that too if you can. Sorry about my phone. Because Letterboxd is where you can stay up to date with my Pushing 100 project, which is the project where I'm trying to see 100 films in theater this year. I have been doing and have started doing monthly updates, wrapping up sort of that experience for each month, but I'm doing Letterboxd reviews of each movie as I progress through it. And I saw a couple of movies yesterday as I'm recording this. And on TikTok, I'm just shooting a lot of random movie content that's short form. So I experimented with the shorts thing here on YouTube. Didn't really like it. Don't think it meshes well with YouTube content. So if you like the really short form stuff, and I'm doing some weird things over there with physical media and a little bit of Pushing 100 video, you can hit me on TikTok. I should have that information down there. So let's get into what I picked up. So I picked up a handful of things from my local McKay's. I was going to shoot some video in there for you guys, but the problem was it was so packed. It was so busy. I was shocked at how busy it was. And I was masked up and trying to keep my distance from people. So it just became a headache to try and shoot and shop and do that, do my civic duty as well. So I just picked up stuff and I figured I would just show you what I grabbed. Got some cold buys here, or one cold buy in particular. And if you've seen it, it will be a great help to hear your thoughts. And that movie is Ashanti. Now, there's one reason I grabbed this movie, and no, it's not like the artwork on the front, which is pretty good, except for these weird floating faces. It is for this, the Severn Films logo. It's not really a rule for me, but it is something that I do a lot. If there is a boutique title in my used store that I don't know, I usually try and grab it if it's reasonably priced and give it a go. And that's what I did with this one. Basically, this film is a very familiar formula. A woman goes to Africa on a medical mission, and she is kidnapped, and this follows her husband's struggle to rescue her. I've heard this film, compared to Taken, but maybe a little less violent. So, if you've seen it, let me know. This has 2 weeks. I'm going to watch it, and then let's see if it keeps its spot on my shelf. Next up, I got this one for $3. This was really cool to get for $3, and it's Buried. A lot of people think of Ryan Reynolds as a comedic actor, and he is that for sure. But in 2010, he did this little thriller that at the time when I saw it, I really, really liked it. He's playing a truck driver in Iraq who is attacked and wakes up from being unconscious to find himself buried in a coffin. He does have a cigarette lighter and a cell phone, but he's got to figure out where he is and how to escape before he runs out of air. I like these lo-fi, single location type of shoots, and this really strips it down because really you only have one camera angle for the majority of the film, which is just on his face in this claustrophobic location. So, very interested, very excited to revisit this film. Probably going to watch this as soon as I'm done shooting this video, to be honest with you. Let me know if you've seen it in the comments. All right. Also, 2010. This one is from 1979, Ashanti. And next up we have this, I think it's 1986. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 86. Film DOA. This one was actually brand new. I got this off Mercari, actually, for a really good price. I grabbed it for a couple of reasons. One, it's a Kino Lorber, and not that that's a sign of success right away, but I do like Kino Lorber as a company. They do really well at releasing catalog titles, and this one is, if I'm remembering correctly, I saw this when I was young, like on cable or whatever. I remember this to be a good movie. It has Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan in it. Dennis Quaid plays a professor who wakes up from spending the night with one of his students, wakes up in her dorm room, actually, starting the day off bad already with a mistake, and then receiving a set of divorce papers from his wife, so that's another thing, and then, kind of being surrounded by some dead bodies. So he has to figure out what the hell happened. It is a taut little thriller, fun cast. If I remember correctly, good chemistry between these two. Nothing to show there. It's just shitty. That Kino Lorber's discard is shitty. I remember this being good. This is almost like a blind buy because it's been so many years since I've seen it. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it. If you have it, let's discuss it. So this was a very exciting find for me. This is the 1988 film, Robert Zemeckis film, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. We all know it. We all love it. It is a classic amalgamation, mix-up of live-action movie making and animation. It's funny. It's a little risque, which is great, especially for Robert Zemeckis. I thought when I saw it that maybe the previous owner had flipped this after taking out the digital code, but their digital code was still in the box. I don't know if it's any good. And we're going to try and see. Because I actually, unlike a lot of you guys, I've said this before, I use the digital codes for travel. So I keep most of my digital codes. All right, the last thing I picked up again was another boutique pickup. I don't see boutique labels other than Shout Factory, Scream Factory in my used stores that much, so I was excited for this. This is a Grindhouse releasing of Cannibal Ferox. It kind of makes me scared, honestly, because usually if I see something like this that's a little more obscure, that means there's a new version coming out. There's a 4K coming or something like that, and I hope that's not the case here. I do. I hope it's not, because I just wasted some money. And this was kind of a higher priced one for used. But this is a 1981 film from Umberto Lenzi. In the late 70s and early 80s, there was an era of Italian filmmaking where they were all kind of focusing on this cannibal thing. And this was one of the more notorious ones, Cannibal Holocaust being the most notorious. So the story goes that three characters were going to the Amazon to disprove cannibalism, to show that cannibalism is not a real thing, that it's an urban legend. Well, guess what? While they're there, they meet up with a few other people that are running from a cannibalistic tribe, and then the action ensues. So sadly, let me see if I can do this a little bit. I can't show you much of this because the alternative artwork on the inside is pretty racy. There's a lot of nudity, a lot of violence in this movie, typical to the genre. Not for everybody. Not for the faint of heart. Not for the squeamish. I can't really... There's a booklet. That's all I'm giving you of the booklet because there's a lot of nudity there. And then I can't show you the discs either. This is crazy. But I can show you this to give you a feel for everything that's here on these two Blu-rays. Again, I believe there's an additional release of this that's the same, except it just also features the soundtrack. But it was a cool find. And if I revisit this movie and end up liking it, then it's going to suck if there's a 4K coming. Always makes me nervous. You can tell in your used store if there's a nice new 4K coming of something. Like yesterday when I was shopping, as I recorded this yesterday, there were several copies of The Howling from Shout Factory, from Scream Factory, which is a very good Blu-ray release, including a couple of slipcover ones. That tells me that people are gearing up for that 4K release, which is coming here very, very soon. I know it's out for pre-order. It's coming out very soon. So that's kind of a cool way that you can know. If you didn't already know that something's coming in a new upgraded version, you will certainly know if you find it in the used stores. Anyway, that is all I got for you today. I've got some more cool pickups coming in the next few days, this week actually, at Hamilton Book Pickup. So I'll be sharing that with you. Anyway, there you go. Till next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with friends and family, remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV at home. I'll see you guys on the next one.